to start things off with a little bit of gratitude, so if everybody can just get up out of your seat real quick. Sometimes I speak with groups and I wonder if we really take the fact that we're engaged in the greatest business that exists in America. Like, give it up to Sean, Mike, and family for a slight and everybody else that puts this event on. Guys, if you don't know, you've got more support than you can ever need at FFL, and this is just a good representation of that. I want to give a special shout out to my mentor, Dominique Rogers.
Yes.
And really blessed by his mentorship and his friendship. And then if we had none of that, we at least woke up on this side of the dirt, so thank God for that, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, they wanted me to talk about how they can issue $40,000 consistently.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Correct. I was part-time to start. Started part-time from June until the end of last year. On a very part-time basis, I did about 126,000 issue pay. Had other businesses I was running, didn't have the time to commit to it, et cetera, et cetera. But pretty quickly, I realized that there wasn't another business that I was involved in where I could put money in 48 hours, have an ROI like I did here. So I started divesting from the other businesses. January, we really started turning things up. So far this year, I think I'm at 170,000 issue pay. And the difference between what I was doing on a part-time basis and what I'm doing now on a full-time basis is I'm just working more. That's it. And I think sometimes whenever we have these conversations, we talk about the mechanics of how do you issue pay $40,000 a month, right? Like, y'all realize every time that we have that conversation, like the information doesn't change. You buy enough leads, calling up people, seeing up people, helping up families. We make $40,000 a month. You want to make more money, you buy more leads, you call more people, you see more people, you help more families. That's it. That's the mechanics of the business. And the reason why that never changes, the story never changes, is because the truth never changes, right? So I dare to say that anybody in here, raise your hand if you want to do $40,000 a month. Raise your hand if you're not currently doing $40,000 a month. Raise your hand if you've been here 30 days or more and not doing $40,000 a month. Can I challenge you?
Yep.
It's because you haven't chosen to.
Yep.
First thing I want to say is, we'll all do ourselves a favor. We have something that we say at FFL Godspeed is, we no longer make goals, we make decisions. Right?
Yeah.
We no longer make goals, we make decisions. Once you make the decision that you want to write $40,000 a month, you're going to buy enough leads, you're going to make enough dollars, you're going to see enough families, you're going to help enough families, and you're going to end up at $40,000 a month. No more goals, let's make decisions. And the second thing is, let's change our standards. Can I see Sage? Can you come up here real quick? This is something that's going on in our agency a lot right now. This is a conversation that we're having. Who saw that Easton Pat's team had 3 people do over $20,000 this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Dom and I were having this conversation. I said, you know what, Dom? And they're not even surprised. You know why? Because there's standards up here. So Sage has been here. This is his second full month. Sage, how much did you issue pay last month?
39,400 something.
Woo!
And what do you do up there this month? How much have you issued pay so far in April?
52,000.
Nice. Get it.
And he's talented for sure, but is it your talent that gets you there? So I feel like sometimes I owe my guys an apology because I do them a disservice by setting our standards so low. When Satan got started, I was like, dude, we need to get to $10,000 by the weekend. It's the worst thing I could have told him. Because all I did was create this cap on him that Sage didn't deserve. It lowered the bar for Sage. Sage is capable of doing $20,000, $30,000 by the weekend. Would you agree? That's what I mean. So let's change our standards, right? We're in a position now where we can get started, and from day one, Michael, you could be a board member doing $1 million a month within 12 months. That needs to be the standard. What if our standard is doing 25 to 30 appointments a week? What if our standard is doing 30 to 40 a week? Do we think that would change our business if we just change that standard?
Yes.
What if our standard was doing $60,000 a month instead of $40,000 a month. Do you think it's pretty sick that we landed at $40,000 a month?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll join you. Let's change our standards. Next, this business rewards obedience unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. When I say obedience, I'll give it to you this way. I was talking to my buddy. I'm trying to lose my 42-year-old. I was talking to my buddy about the diet. He's shredded pounds. Looks like a statue. I said, dude, what are you doing? He said, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm doing fasted cardio while I'm fasting. And then I'm eating healthy whenever I am on, and I'm eating. Right? In order to get the same results that he's getting, I have to do all of that. The thing that trips me up is that he's eating healthy while he's eating. Me, I get out of my fast and I go out here in the hallway and I scarf down an Italian sandwich and a Pepsi. The reality is, I can't expect his results because I'm not doing what he's doing. I'm doing a little bit of it, so I'll probably see a little bit of the results. But sometimes as agents, we get started and we look at the $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 producers, we're like, man, we want to do that. We might buy enough leads, but we throw our hands up when we got to $150,000 and only have 2 appointments set. You know what? The $40,000 producers, they're not stopping until they get at least 15 appointments. So you did part of it, you bought the leads, you didn't do the other part. You didn't get the 15 appointments, right? This business rewards obedience. So if you want everything that the top producers have, if I want everything that Don is building, what Greg is building, and what everybody else is building, I have to do everything that they have. I'm not arrogant, I'm not naive, I'm not foolish enough to think that I can come in and I can change the system to work the way that I want it to. All I have to do is do exactly what Don tells me, and we win. Fair enough?
Fair.
The question that you have to ask yourself is, I believe the decisions that we make because we think things are either worth it or they're not, right? If I had an agent that I was talking to one-on-one and they said, hey, I want to make $40,000 a month, and I'm just not, one of the first questions I would ask them is it worth it to you? They would say yes. Let me ask you this, Gage. If I told you, if you didn't make $75,000 this month, the person you love the most in the world is going to pass away, would you be able to pull out $75,000? Because it's worth it. So whatever goals we're not hitting, it's because we haven't made the decision that it's worth it yet. If you tell me, Andre, on your own pen, you got to go out and write $125,000 in the next 30 days and your wife's gone. Bitch, I write 150. Here's the thing is that to be a top producer, everybody always thinks it's a function of hands. It's a function of the work that you do. It is. But that's the easy part. People can teach you the hands and the components that make up the work to get to $40,000. What we can't do for you is we can't instill a passion that you need to get there. We can't win the battle between the ears to make you believe that you're worth it, to make you believe that your future's worth it. We can't mess with your heart. We can't mess with your head. You've got to be able to win the decision between your ears. You've got to have the fire in your heart to go out and produce at a high level. If you do that, you're coachable. Success at Family First Life is not possible. It's absolutely